Thousands and thousands of persons, young and old, are packing into Carswell Air Force Base here in Fort Worth for a gigantic air show. The show is part of open house at the base in conjunction with the State Air Force Convention, which is in town this weekend. The air show features the C-5A, the largest airplane in the world, also the SR-71 Special, a reconnaissance airplane, and privately owned winged miracles like Pappy Spink's Acromaster. Even Channel 8's weather stick, Dale Milford, has his plane here today. The gigantic show got underway at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Starting tomorrow here at the Dallas Memorial Auditorium, more than 1,800 women of the professional and educational communities will gather for the biennial convention of the American Association of University Women. Membership is made up of women with at least a bachelor's degree, many of whom are now homemakers but still active in a myriad of outside activities. Others are professional women and teachers. The theme of this year's convention is Reform, Revolution, or Status Quo. And the list of resolutions to be voted on during this meeting gives an idea of the areas of concern. Among them are support for immediate withdrawal of all U.S. troops from Southeast Asia, support for an end to the death penalty in America, support for zero population growth, denial of public funds for private schools, and support for the admission of Red China. Those resolutions and other business will be the order of the meeting during its run beginning tomorrow and ending on July 1st. This is Gene Thomas, Channel 8 News on the Move, Dallas.
Yes, I'd have to say the identical terms. It's a different contract, but it's the terms are still the same.
You're very pleased with it?
I'm very pleased with it. I'm just very happy to be here in Dallas, and so is my wife, Marilyn.
When did you make up your mind, Lance, to become a member of the Cowboy organization?
I would have to say probably today.
Lance, do you have any goals for 1971?
Well, the only goal that I have as a Cowboy is to play on a winning team, and maybe we can go to the Super Bowl again. I hope so. This would, just be a great way to finish, and I don't feel like I have that many years left to play, and I'd love to play on a team like this, and I'm looking forward to playing with all the guys.
Lance, some coaches have said that you're still the same great receiver as always. Others say maybe you've lost a step. What's your feeling?
Well, I'll tell you, I just hope that I get the opportunity to prove to a few people that I can play. And I think that the faith that they've shown and the Cowboys have shown in me by trading for me will give me a chance to show that.
How does it feel to be playing with Hayes on the other side?
It's a great feeling. I don't feel like they're going to double team me anymore, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, it really is. I think we're looking forward to really an exciting training camp. I think when you have a fellow like Lance Allworth come into your team who has a great record that he has through the years with San Diego, well, you have to just be excited, because I think having him, Allworth, play opposite of Hayes is going to cause defenses a lot of problems. I think with Truax, who is new to our club also, and it tied in with Mike Ditka, that we've already made the necessary steps to have a very successful passing game.
It would go to the voters, and indeed I think it should go to the voters as to whether they want that kind of expenditure for that facility. I think it's strictly up to them.
What are the chances of getting another architect and reducing the cost of a city hall?
I specifically faced the city council with that possibility, and I received no encouragement whatsoever. I believe they're unanimous in their feeling, the ones who were present at this retreat meeting, that the IMP design was the best for the city all the way around, both as concerns design and as concerns efficiency. And of course, a good bit of money has already been invested in the architectural design and so forth, and they want to go ahead on it. But they want it to go back to the people.
Of course, if you consider the fact that the students that are presently in the school, if those families move into the apartments, you don't have any additional children to speak of. You don't have any additional students. Now, what you have to do is project the worst circumstance and say that none of these families will move into the apartments, which is, of course, strictly unrealistic. These apartments will be being built for these people in that area.
Is this delay a major setback for the GI Forum?
No, that's nothing.
When do you plan to begin with the apartment?
We begin to plan on schedule.
This is part of the property where the apartment complex is proposed to be built. The beginning date was July 1st. However, the FHA has been requested by the Fort Worth School Board to delay the project until they can complete a further study upon the impact of the housing project on the schools here in this area. The ultimate decision will have to come out of Washington, and they will probably recognize the GI Forum's success in apartment complexes of this nature, especially the success of the Forum Gardens in Haltom City. Jim Green, Channel 8 News on the Move, Fort Worth.
One of them deals with the immediate withdrawal from Vietnam. And of course, our people and our members are not all agreed on that subject, and I have no idea what the ultimate decision will be. These resolutions are submitted to a resolutions committee from various branches or state divisions throughout the country.
You also have some on abortion reform and equal rights for women. That sounds like women's liberation. Is it?
Well, we've been a pioneer, I think, in regard to equal rights for women. And way back in the 1880s, we took a stand and raised funds so that women could get a university education and so that they could secure positions once they had secured that university education. We were taking our stand on the status of women very early, and we've built up a roster of women who are available for university positions. We've done a great many things of this kind.
This has been in the planning stage before it went into blueprints for 6 years, and took 4 years after that to actually construct the board.
You must be terribly dedicated to model railroading to put something like this together.
Well, it's one of the most interesting hobbies I've ever been in. takes a lot of time and research, but it's very satisfying, very satisfying.
What led you to get into models?
I guess years ago, my brother gave a little tin-plate toy train to our children. We got interested in it, and finally the kids, of course, got interested in dating and hot rods, and they left the railroad end of it, and I continued it.
Does your interest include real railroads?
Yes, I enjoy railroading. I don't have had nothing to do with it professionally, of course, but I like to ride railroads.
Let me ask you your opinion of Amtrak and the Rail Passengers Association. Do you think this is a good thing?
I have always been, it's been my opinion that private enterprise is better than government control. Now, that's getting into politics, but I've always had a feeling that railroads themselves, with the proper incentive, could do a good job of railroading.
Well, we're in favor of anything that helps railroading. We like to ride trains ourselves when we can. It's a great life.
Amtrak is thinking about putting more trains in service, we hope. Are you going to lobby or anything like that? Do you intend to take an active part in getting trains back into the country?
Well, I'm sure that some of the avid model railroaders will be eager to help, but as an organization, no. We're satisfied to build the models and run our own passenger trains.
You're from Fort Worth, and Amtrak runs into Fort Worth. Are you happy with the passenger service there?
Well, I haven't had an opportunity to ride the train yet, but we're always happy to have the passenger trains come in, and a lot of the boys have gone down and watched them come in, and it's going back to the old days when looking at the train coming in is a big a big hour in somebody's day, you know?